Okay, hey y'all, I hope y'all are well. Today we are going to talk about Virgin Voyages. That's what we're talking about. I want to talk about my experience, and yeah. So I've tried two other cruise lines, and the one being Carnival, the second one being Royal Caribbean, and I feel like they're tiers, right? I had a terrible experience with Carnival Cruise Line, and if you'd like to hear about that experience, let me know and I can do a video on it. The next one was Royal Caribbean, and I had a better experience with Royal. And I believe it's because I bought extras. Like, I didn't just go with like the basic ticket. I did the ultimate dining package and a couple other things. But Virgin Voyages takes the cake for me as far as customer experience and value. So I can talk about Virgin Voyages all day, and I refer Virgin Voyages with my clients often. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. I took a cruise in January, so it is still fresh as far as what I remember and what my experience was. I was on the Scarlet Lady, and the itinerary was Bimini and Cozumel, Mexico. Now, I believe that appearances mean things. First impression mean things. And pulling up to the port, the Virgin Voyages port, because they have their own building, was quite an experience. I get out the Uber and I am greeted immediately by the porters. Everybody's smiling. It looks like everybody's having a great time. So I was like, yes, this is great. They take my bags, and I tip them. I always tip my porters. And I walk into, you have many people around the building directing you to where you need to go. Went straight up to check-in. Check-in was less than 5 minutes. Now, I did the pre-check-in on the app, because the app will let you know, hey, go and check in, upload your passport, let us know how you're feeling, put a credit card on file, etc. Like, that's all in the app. And I didn't screen record that process. I will do better next time. But yeah, check-in was seamless. It was smooth. And I love that. I didn't have to stand in them. And I want to impress upon that. There were no standing in lines with this. We check in and we walk straight up to we take the elevator to walk straight up to the boat. And I want to hone in on that as well. There were no lines, and I didn't have to climb up a fucking ramp to get to the boat. There was an elevator to get me there. If I felt like I was climbing a mountain the last time I did that, but anyway, beside the point. Get on the boat, everybody's smiling, everybody's greeting you. There are more than enough people around the way, like staff, to direct you to where you need to be, right? Me being me, I want to check out the cabin first. So we go up to the room, to the cabin, and I will insert video all throughout this video, like this video, so you can see I got a balcony. If you cruise, you have to get a balcony. You gotta get a balcony. That's a must, because it elevates the experience. Room is beautiful, it's clean. I love how the setup. There's like a gold plate in that cabin that I would buy for just myself. I think that Virgin Voyages is kind of losing out on a lot of money by not having those types of things offered to buy. But yeah, my cabin, what do you call them? Room attendant. My room attendant for my cabin, he was from Indonesia, was one of the greatest room attendants I've ever had in my life. Shout out to Wan. I hope he's enjoying his time with his family, because they get on the boat and they're on the boat for a certain amount of months and then they get off the boat. Wan was amazing. He made sure we needed any and everything that we'll possibly imagine. Now, I will say that the thing that Virgin Voyages does need to work on is the beds, as far as everybody's different. I like a comfortable bed, one that you kind of sinks. That way it's not stiff. Some people like that. But you can always request a mattress pad. I'm gonna find something that I could pack to cushion, what you call it, the mattress. So that's my fault. What else did we go over? Now the cabin is 21st century cabin. It's slightly cheesy, but I love it. The cabin in its entirety is controlled by a tablet that's on the wall. The tablet controls the TV, the tablet controls the lights, the tablet controls the curtains. You can also order things like ice and room service from the tablet. Another thing that I loved about Virgin Voyages is that you could pre-order your breakfast for the next day. I think that you have until about 2 a.m. to pre-order your breakfast. It's a $7 delivery charge, but again, it's worth it. I didn't pay anything extra for what I bought. There are some things that is an extra charge, like specialty teas and alcohol, but for the food, I don't believe that there was anything extra. I wish that I got a screen grab of it, but I didn't. But again, I will do better. Nutella, French toast, scrambled eggs, bacon, fruit, breakfast. It's a breakfast. And you choose what time you want them to deliver it, and they bring you your food. I had a wonderful experience with Virgin Voyages. I don't really want to try any other cruise lines. Like, they got me stuck. This is it for me. What else? So the first night they have, for an event, they have the pajama night. I didn't know about the pajama night, I forgot about it. So the next time I do Virgin Voyages, I'm going to participate in the pajama night and get photos for that. They also have a Scarlet Night. Now, Scarlet Night was supposed to be held outside. They had to move it into one of the theater rooms, and it was hot and sweaty, and I'm just not, honestly, I'm not in a point in my life where I like the club scene. I'm more of a kickback person. But it was cute though. I did get dressed up in my red. So I remembered to bring my red with me, and we took pictures and all that. When I say I was impressed with the layout, I was impressed with what I was seeing so far. I was impressed. I was like, yeah, I can do this. This is nice. Then we go check out the boat. Like I said, I'm going to insert pictures and videos so you see all of this. Now, I don't remember how many people the ship actually holds, but I did notice on my 5-day voyage that even with sea days, the ship did not feel crowded at all, right? I think the staff said they were like 1,700 people on board. And if there was more, I couldn't tell. Anywhere I went, it wasn't like a cluster of people, like it wasn't crowded. So that was nice. I'm hoping that all ships are like that, because you best believe it's my goal to be on every ship. This one was the Scarlet Lady. The food was amazing. Sorry, I got an email. The food was amazing. My favorite restaurant is Pink Agave. The second favorite is the Wake. Now, Pink Agave is only open for dinner, and the Wake is open for brunch and dinner. So I was able to eat at the Wake twice, and actually Pink Agave twice, which leads into what I said prior, was I never had a problem getting a table if I asked for one. So they have a rule. Virgin Voyages has a rule where if your voyage is 5 days or less, you can only make a reservation for one restaurant in that 5-day voyage. But what you can do is go to the restaurant you want to eat at again and ask them to put you on the waiting list, and they will. And if they have a table available, when they have a table available, the app will tell you, like you'll get a notification saying, hey, your table's ready, we're going to hold it for 15 minutes. And it doesn't take long to get to like the restaurant. It didn't seem like I was walking for miles and miles. That's another thing. Oh, before I got on the boat, I did a little bit of research as far as how Virgin Voyages works, as well as taking the training on the back end, because I am a travel advisor. And you can reserve your dinner reservations and lunch reservations in the app before you board. Before you even get on the ship, that's an option. There's a lot of people online that advise you to do that because the spots fill up quickly, but I want you to remember that they hold spots for people, you know, just in case you didn't reserve anything, and they'll have a table open. I didn't have any issues getting a table if I needed one. That was just my experience. I have to go back. Ice cream shop is great too. Their galley. Now, with the galley, this is one thing that sold me with Virgin Voyages was the galley. You don't have to stand in line for food anywhere. You can walk into the galley and sit down and put that little red flag on the that's on the table up, and somebody will come to you and take your order and bring it back for you. You do not have to stand in line for anything in the galley. So I was like, what the hell is this? I felt pampered. I felt pampered from when I got on the ship to when I got off the ship. And this is exactly what I was looking for as far as customer experience. This is what I would pay money for. At this point in my life, my experience and my comfortability is the most important thing to me. So Virgin Voyages slam dunked it, hands down. The boat was clean. There was nowhere where I looked on that ship where shit was dirty. Like, you know, glasses laying around, trash, none of that. It stayed clean for the 5 days. I didn't see not one piece of trash on the ground, which is the thing for me. Service, prompt. You could either get help on the app, or you can go talk to somebody at Sailor Services. Favorites on the ship, casino, because I hit a little bit, so it's always great. Hashtag abundance. They have a karaoke room, but somebody broke it. Somebody broke the mics and just left it. So I didn't get a chance to really hone in my debut. But next time I will. Bimini, I've been to Bimini before on the Carnival Cruise Line, so I like Bimini. We always go to this little spot on the opposite side of the club that they have, because Virgin Voyages has their own club on Bimini that's exclusive to us. That's included. It's included in the price. Again, alcohol is separate. You have to buy a bar tab for alcohol. We peeked in there a little bit, but we didn't stay. We took a taxi back on the other side to eat at the little place on the beach. I have to remember what the beach is called. When I remember it, I'll insert it somewhere and you'll see it. And it's always great seafood, so we love eating there. This was my first time in Cozumel, and I wasn't impressed, honestly. I don't know if I need to go to a different part of Cozumel, but we docked right at like the mall, and a lot of what they're selling, they want designer prices for knockoff stuff. And you know what? I'm not knocking your hustle, but you're just not gonna get it from me. And didn't want to negotiate. You didn't want to do that negotiation thing. It's like, okay, fine. All right. We did get scammed in Cozumel, and that was our fault for not doing the research. We asked one of the shopkeepers, what's a good place to eat in Cozumel? And he was like, oh yeah, my cousin has this, or my family member has this restaurant, I'll lead you to it, etc. We sat down, and the bill came out to $70 at first. And we were trying to tell her, hey, you're charging us for this item, like chips and salsa, and we didn't order chips and salsa. So she said, okay. She went back, she took the check back, came back, and we looked at the total again. Now it's $80. So we went from 70 to 80. I'm not going to argue. So let me just give you your $80 and get up out of here. We won't eat there again, and we're not telling our, people that travel to go there. So you lost a lot of business. You'll survive though, it's a family business. But yeah, the consommé kind of left a bad taste in my mouth as far as, I don't know what I was expecting. I think that we might have to maybe stay at a resort in Cozumel, but it was lackluster. There was nothing to write home about. I think we stayed out for maybe 2 hours and then went back on the ship. So I'm looking forward to doing a different itinerary on a different ship, because I bought the little octopus that says Scarlet on it. I gave it to my friend, but I realized it said Scarlet on it, so I don't know if the octopus all have different names on them, but I'm wanting to collect them all like Pokemon. So I'm a nerd. Okay, I'm gonna be cheesy. That's just what this is. I tried to keep this super factual, or just touching on what people might have questions on as far as Virgin Voyages goes and how it runs. Overall, if I had to grade Virgin Voyages, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Just based on everything that I went through with this cruise line. I have little to no complaints. And the complaints that I do have were insignificant. So that's the experience that I want when I go on a cruise. And that's why I want to stick with Virgin Voyages. Now, I will reiterate in saying that I have a couple more cruise lines that I want to try, the little ones and the big ones. So stay tuned if you want to see those. But yeah, thank you for your time. If you have questions, let me know. If you want to book Virgin Voyages, you can absolutely do it through me. I'll leave my contact information in the description box, as well as if you don't want to talk to me directly, you can use my link to book. That'll be in the description as well. Again, if you have questions, let me know. So, until next time, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.